205139 GM. Okay, we are back on the record in this file regarding the request by the department to terminate the guardianship and return the child to a parent. We also had a competing, well, not a competing, but a separate petition filed by the mother of the child for visitation. And I'm aware that they have all gone to mediation and that there may possibly be a resolution. So I'm looking forward to that after the introduction of all of our participants. I'm going to start that in the courtroom on this end, please. Kayla Million, mother. Thank you.
Israel Thompson, father.
Good morning, I'm Trey Tippett, currently at DHS.
Jeanette Hennigan, DHHS.
Christopher Farian for the Department of Health and Human Services.
And now we can go on to our online participants. You want to begin, Mr. Raines?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Matt Raines appearing on behalf of Amy and Dan Million, the guardians of the minor child.
Yes, would you confirm you can still hear us, Mr. and Ms. Million?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
Very good. Ms. Heiss?
Guardian ad litem.
Oh, sorry, can you do that one more time? Your computer's, I think, just getting warmed up.
Lee Heiss, lawyer, guardian ad litem.
Thank you. And Mr. Shadler?
Philip Shadler, I was the mediator assigned by the court in this matter, Your Honor.
All right, well, let's start with you. I do have your report.
This case mediated on the 25th, and the parties successfully negotiated an agreement, which was sent to each and every one of them on January 26th. Through the good offices of Mr. Raines, we obtained the signatures of Mr. and Mrs. Million and Kayla. I'm sorry?
I think that was just a little interference.
Oh, okay. Mr. Raines' office worked very diligently to obtain the signatures of Dan and Amy Million and Kayla Million, and they also provided me with a copy of the document signed by Ms. Heiss. Ms. Hennigan responded almost immediately, and I have a document with her signature on it. The only signatures that I don't have are those of Mr. Tipton, the attorney for DHHS, and I did try to contact him yesterday. I'm sure it has prevented him from getting back to me, but I'm pretty sure it's his intention to sign the agreement. And the other signature that I lack is Mr. Thompson, and I did try yesterday several times to get in touch with Mr. Thompson. I'm sure that my inability to do so is attributable to me. It's my impression that Mr. Thompson intends to sign the agreement, and if everybody would sign it, I would certainly submit it to the court and in lieu of further litigation in this matter. That's my impression of things, Your Honor.
All right, well, let's go to Mr. Tipton. Is it in fact the intention of the department to consent to the proposed agreement?
Your Honor, not at this time. There's been some new information that has come out that wasn't disclosed at the mediation agreement, or the mediation meeting on January 25th, I should say, regarding a recent hospitalization of the guardian, Mr. Million, less than a year ago, and the diagnosis was schizoaffective disorder, drug and alcohol use, and the department didn't know that at the time. The other issue, and I don't want to speak for Mr. Thompson, he's here today, he can speak for himself. Today was actually scheduled for an evidentiary hearing, but the court, today is substituted for a review because we were supposed to have a review hearing on January 25th, and that was substituted for the mediation meeting that we all attended. And we just asked the court, at this time, the department cannot agree because there's some information, and I apologize to Mr. Shadler. He may have contacted my office, but I wasn't in my office at all yesterday. I just received that information today regarding this agreement, and when we were at the when we were at the mediation, there was an agreement for the family, and that's the mother and the guardians to participate in family therapy, and that's not included in the agreement. And there's nothing in the agreement regarding the guardians signing any releases of information so the department can receive information regarding their compliance or benefit from any services that were agreed to. And finally, Your Honor, the department believes that if there's going to be any agreement, it's better to put it in a court order as opposed to a mediation agreement, because some of the things that are being requested, for example, supervised parenting time is from a third party, from the school. So they're not bound by the mediation agreement. It would just be the party. So I think it would have more weight in facilitating any supervised parenting time that the mother is requesting with the child, because it's requesting that she have parenting time at the school with the child's therapist, if that's allowable. So for those reasons, Your Honor, the department cannot consent to the mediation agreement.
Well, I can tell you that it was my intention to make any agreement part of a court order, so I can answer that one for you right off. As far as the hospitalization, I thought that was what triggered the entire petition requesting the termination of the guardianship.
No, Your Honor, actually, it was Mr. Millian was charged, I believe he was convicted of reckless discharge of a firearm in the home where the child resides, and also the fighting between the mother and the guardian.
Okay, I mean, I was aware of the hospitalization, so it must have come up at some point. But all right, so I think if there are things that you can agree with, I'd be happy to allow those things to be placed on record, and then task one of you with drafting that up by way of a court order. And then if there are outstanding issues, further outstanding issues, I would want to know if you'd be interested in going back to mediation again, or if you feel that you need a hearing on it.
If I may, Your Honor, the proposed agreement does include the mediation of future disagreements. If that's germane.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, there are some things in the original agreement that the department can agree with.
Okay.
As I outlined, and I don't speak for Mr. Thompson at all, who's here. So we would agree, if there's other issues, also take it back to mediation. But I think that the core issues, we pretty much agree with. There was just some things that were left out that the department feels that should be addressed, that would alleviate any concerns that the department had, that sparked the recommendation for termination of the guardianship in the first place.
All right. Deputy Ames, could you swear in Mr. Thompson for us, please?
Sure, remain seated, sir, but raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, sir. Your full name one more time for the record.
Israel Keaton Thompson.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Thompson, have you reviewed the agreement?
Your Honor, yes, I did. It was hard because I wasn't in person at the mediation. I wish I could have been. I attended Zoom because I was just miscommunication on the meeting itself. The only thing I didn't agree upon was me losing my weekends to every other, and that's just why I didn't feel comfortable signing that.
Okay. All right. Well, I can offer to all of you, if you want to use the time that has potentially already been set aside this morning to go back to the drawing table, if you will. I don't know if Mr. Shadler's busy or not, if you would, or if our attorneys would want to come down and use our facilities here. The hearing room is available, the jury room is available if you want to try to hammer out potential resolutions to those last outstanding issues? What do you think, Mr. Raines?
Your Honor, it had been my understanding that there was a comprehensive settlement agreement that was reached by all of the parties, and that was set forth very clearly, and Mr. Thompson had understood same, notwithstanding his participation by Zoom. I do have another schedule this morning. I could cancel a matter scheduled for later this morning and be over, but probably not earlier than in about an hour by 10:30, if that would be possible. Otherwise, if this matter could be rescheduled, I don't know about the availability of anyone else. Had been anticipating that this matter had been resolved. I wasn't aware of any issues from Mr. Tipton prior to his announcement of those on the record this morning.
All right, Ms. Heiss?
I'm
are you-
available this morning.
Thank you,
Your
Mr.
Honor, this information that the department has found is really important, and I wasn't aware of it. I'm wondering, do they have that information, what the diagnosis was, the length of stay? If he's compliant, did he leave against medical advice? If they have that kind of information today, or do we need time to get it? I'm very interested to know. I didn't know it before.
Yeah, most of that information, Your Honor. If we need time to obtain all of it, but we do have the diagnosis and, yeah. But we certainly would want Ms. Heiss to have all the information available to make a decision.
Me too. All right, do you want to use some time this morning, Ms. Heiss, to talk with the department? Mr. Tipton, do you have some time available this morning, or do you need to head out?
I had all day for this case, Your Honor. I'm here, so.
All right.
I'm in court there with you later in the morning, so I'm coming right over and can do this too.
All right, great. So we'll welcome Mr. Taylor over as well. And I'll just take a brief recess and check back in with all of you a little bit later on this morning to see if you've been able to make any progress.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is the referee room open, or where shall we meet?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Until
11. Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So, all right. So we'll recess and check in with you in a bit.